Okay, welcome back to another episode of Steve Jackson's Sorcery. Let's keep going. Alright, so I already read this part. Let's ask him for his advice. Ask Jan. Which way, Jan? To the right is a forest. To the left is the going is easier. The path heads through a field of black flowers to Torpani. What else do you know? You demand suspiciously. Nothing, protest the creatures. And that's a fine way to talk to your guide. I'm not charging you for my advice, you know. You'll get no more from the creature. With Torpani so close, it hardly matters which way you go, surely. Everything matters. See, I can go through a forest, or I can take the long way. I like forest in this game, so let's go through this forest again. We go right, you decide. Be on your guard, Jan warns you. You climb a rise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crossed the ridge and descended yet again. You are now at the highest points of the hills, where the trees are thin. The view west goes on forever, and sometimes you catch glimpses of Kahar on the northern horizon. Let's just keep going. You decide not to stop and eat, but push on. Jan is in a talkative mood, over the worst of his headache from last night's drinking, and fills the air around you with his chatter about what he can see and how things smell, and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Qatar. It's enough to make you wonder if you should sell him as a companion to a blind old lady somewhere. You pass from the open hillside into a patch of deep forest. Quite suddenly, Jan falls quiet and hisses in your ear, "Stop. Stop now." You come to a dead stop. Jan is right. Something is moving in the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness between two trees and touches your neck. "You've seen me. I know it," whispers a voice. So there's something touching. A point of steel has emerged from the darkness between the two trees and touches your neck. You peer into the darkness of the trees. Nothing, just shadow. And then you see it. It's a shadow with two eyes. Who's there? There's no reply, but the tall black figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he had been just standing a mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar in expert hands. Why do I gotta fight him? I can't just talk to him. Let's make him do a jig. Let's see, what can we do? Look at my silly spell list again. Let's see, W's. I could do maybe the shield. Yep, the shield. Ooh, that one's so good. What? Cast a spell, drains interview, but nothing happens. Strange. Mine just... Is he going to counter all my spells? Is he going to be super mean to me? Let's see. I could just do zap. I can murder him. You cast a spell, but nothing results. I should probably tell you, Jan whispers. Many mites are protected by an aura. It's a curse sometimes, like now, because you can't cast magic while I'm nearby. And I'm not leaving while that assassin is there. Great, why don't you tell me that earlier? How about I just rewind that, because that's super dumb to lose all your stamina to casting stuff. I see nothing, you call back. You are quite safe. It is not I who is not safe, returns the voice. You have a moment to draw your sword before the tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he had been standing a mere arm's length away. He wields a scimitar in expert hands. Closing his eyes, he murmurs a quick prayer as he sets his stance. My duty is to sever your head from your neck, the assassin says, in a low, cold as polished marble. You will not hold me from it. I find this guy pretty poorly. I'm just going to randomly die. And then we'll try again. I'll just randomly win, too. He's just defending. That's pretty sucky. Let's try that again. I don't know if I can really do too much better, but he seems to constantly just do like these weak ass moves. So I wonder if I always do like a 3. If I'll just like murder him. There we go. That's pretty good. Relentlessly you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You rush forward with a deep and heavy slash. He is off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit when I am beaten, he groans. You may finish me if you choose, but if you do me an honor and use my own blade. The assassin is not dead, but lies on the floor, gasping. Let's spare him, whatever. Then get up, you tell him, holding your sword back, but not putting it away yet. He nods, sheathes his own blade. You are an honorable man. I am glad to meet you. Now you have saved me. You owe me in part. Oh, now you have saved me. You own me in part. My name is Flanker, and I am an assassin and a thief. Why did you attack me? It is a simple matter. I pick on wayfarers for practice in hiding and killing. I assumed you would be no match, especially when I saw your pet. He points briefly at the Minimite, who is currently hiding under a fold in your tunic. But I see I was wrong. He bows his head once, perhaps in respect, perhaps in the pain of his injury. Are you traveling to Kar? He asks. Kahar. Yes. Well, I go that way as well. I will not travel with you, but once you are there, perhaps I will see you. If so, I will not forget the debt I owe. What is your business in Kahar? He looks into your eyes for a moment and then answers. The nobles of the city have heard rumors. Goblins are reopening the old mines. They want to know why. They are mining for emeralds, you tell them, remembering your finds in the goblin mines. They may find emeralds, Flanker replies, but that is not what makes them brave the abandoned mines, the abandoned shafts and workings. You know the history of these hills, perhaps. They have not always been so poor, so underpopulated. Once great and powerful men lived here, men of great knowledge and sorcery. Long gone now. Flanker shakes his head. Not gone, changed. There is a village of giants in these hills. That is what those men become. Those ancient miners once ran a great city spanning from Kahabad Sea as far north as the Acre mines. That was where they mined the ore that forged the crown. And it is that metal, that power, which the goblins are searching for. If Mampag should rise, it will be their only hope. Will they find it? Flanker breathes heavily and painfully. Perhaps, though they say the ancients left terrible guardians behind. He bows his head again. This time, definitely from the pain. Go, he hisses. You cannot aid me. No, I have caused you wounds. I will help you. He grins with gritted teeth. Are you a doctor? I do not think you are. Tearing strips of dark fabric from his clothing, you bind his wounds tightly and the bleeding lessens. You are too kind to a man who is about to kill you, he murmurs. Be that your lesson, you reply, as you gather up your things and head out of the forest, leaving him behind. You have a sense that you have made a powerful friend. Okay, powerful friend. How much longer do you think we'll be traveling today? The Minimite on your shoulder asks. I'm hungry and tired. We've gone such a long ways. Yeah, we went like an inch. Like 4 inches. Ridiculous. Not much further. The Mennonite sighs and slumps on your shoulder. Into your shoulder. You continue along the path, along the side of the hill. A wooden hut is set into the slope, with an old woman sitting on the front step. A river seems to emerge from beneath her feet. As you get closer, you realize the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is set on splayed struts, like an insect straddling the watercourse. A few paces from the front of her house, the water plunges over the edge of a sheer cliff and disappears. Greetings, he called to the woman. The woman looks up to you and smiles. Come over here, won't you? I can barely eat you. You approach the old woman. She smiles a toothless smile and gets up from the step. Come on in, please. I get so lonely living out here on my own, away from the villages. Let's just go inside. Thank you. Thank you. You follow her inside and take a seat on a long wooden table. "I'll bring us some tea," she says. She sounds almost nervous. Hurrying to the kitchen, she returns with 2 large cups. "Watch it," Jan whispers in her ear. "I don't trust this one." Yeah, she looks great. Totally trustworthy. You make to sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching your arm before the cup reaches your lips. "Oh," she suddenly said, "I've forgotten the pot." She goes back to the kitchen to fetch it. Let's switch cups with her. While she is away from the table, you switch the 2 cups around. Then, when she returns to you, you lift the one closest to you and drink. A sudden deep pain grips your stomach and you double over. You wince and cough, and you find yourself seizing up. "Oh, suspicious stranger," laughs the old woman. I can count on travelers suspecting my witchcraft." "I'll kill you." You try to shout out, but you are paralyzed and quite powerless. The old woman begins to search through your bag. Jan flits about in some distress, unsure what to do. Then, with a coo of delight, she pulls out the spell page you were given by the old man in the tree. "My book! The missing page! Why didn't you tell me you had my missing spell?" She scurries off into the kitchen to return with a cup of liquid, which she pours into your half-open mouth while clutching and stroking your head. It's an antidote, and you feel your body slowly unfreeze. Finally, she slaps you to bring you around. "What is that spell?" you ask. "It's a spell of pest. It's a spell of pest repulsion. You have no idea how useful it is around here." She shakes her head. 4 days ago I was visited by a traveler such as yourself. When I was making my tea, as I always do, he started leafing through my book and tore out a page. He must have been a wizard of power, because he vanished almost too fast for me to curse him." "What curse did you cast?" "Well, you saw him. I aged him. Didn't stop him, though. Didn't stop him escaping." She fusses with the page, repairing her spellbook with some gentle magic. "Shall I show you how useful the spell is?" "Please." "My pleasure. My pleasure." Jan begins to squeal and screech to make some awful noises about what wonderful friends you are, but it doesn't stop the old lady from casting her spell. The mini-mite vanishes. You feel a flow of magic back through your body. You hadn't realized it was gone, but with the mini-mite around, your spells have been weakened, and now you're strong once more. "Where is he? Is he dead?" The old woman shakes her head. "Oh, no, but with any luck, you won't see him again." You nod at that. You nod and leave her hut. So is that useful? I guess so. Like, my magic was weak. It's like I was kind of mean. Oh, okay. Whatever. I won't debate that outcome. It is now late afternoon. You pass over... Let's see. Yeah. There's a good stopping point for the next episode. See you next time on Steve Jackson's Sorcery.